take it.
What's poppin', everybody?
What's up?
Y'all tuning in to a very special episode of The Agenda. This is our 10th episode.
Number 10.
Okay, you feel me? On the behalf of The Agenda in the Dark Network, you know what I'm saying, me and our day, we would like to thank all our guests, everybody who has been tuning in to the Agenda, you know what I'm saying, really loving the content. We've been getting some spectacular feedback. And, you know, this is what we do it for, you know what I'm saying? We just want to really get the information out to the people, you know, in a real way, unfiltered way.
Okay, all right.
So, today, on our 10th episode, as y'all see, we have a whole different setting, and we have a special guest.
Hello.
You know what I'm saying? This is Nifa.
What's poppin'?
You know what I'm saying? And so... I want to take this time for Nifa to really introduce herself and just tell the people, what do you do? What are you all about?
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Name, social, everything.
You ain't getting social. But how y'all doing? I'm Nifa for short. Monifa is a name, but I go by Nifa. I'm from Richmond, born and raised. I'm from the Manor. Put a little gym in there. I always got to throw it in there. But a lot of the work that I do is, you know, heal hood culture. What that means to me is actually like reimagining what our culture looked like in the community, in the hood, because we get this negative stereotype around what hood culture is really about. And my focus is basically, should I take this mask off? I'm gonna keep it on. My focus is basically like rearranging that and showing the gems around the hood. So I do a lot of that, healing and stuff like that. So that's me. I got hella shit in my background. Advocacy, you know, I'm an organizer and advocate with the Ella Baker Center, so I fight on the state level, the local level, and county level. But I'm not getting into the politics right now. I'm just talking about the hood.
Well, hold up.
What we got?
I want to get into the politics.
Okay, what's
now that she threw that out there, I want to get it. So what do you do specifically with the Ella Baker Center? So tell me what's that all about?
Okay, so as I mentioned, I'm an organizer, right? So I run a lot of different campaigns. So when I say at the state level, the local level, and county level, we literally work to end mass incarceration. And what that means when we think about the state level, so there's people who are a position of power who are running like how much the budget is, how much money is coming into the cities and the county, and we literally hold these people accountable. For instance, we have a system where it's punitive, right? Where money is being funded into incarceration, money's been funded into like systems that's not healing people, and we literally fight to say like, yo, invest this money into the community, invest these funds for people to really heal instead of like punishing them for like crimes and criminalizing people. So a lot of the work is to end criminalization. And when I say the state level, I think about like the Capitol, like literally we're advocating on policies. For instance, I would say the medical co-pays is a bill that got passed, and literally for people that's in prison and jail, they have to pay like $5 to see a doctor. And that's crazy when you think about it, because they only make a few cents an hour, you feel me?
Yeah.
So how people in jail have to pay $5? So literally what the Ella Baker Center, real talk, literally what the Ella Baker Center did with other coalition partners is fight to get rid of that. So right now, as I'm speaking, the medical co-pays is eliminated inside prisons and jail. So it's advocating for people inside. It's advocating for people outside to really build the power of leadership, for folks to know like who's ever in city of power or position of power, literally we are paying them. Our tax dollars are going to pay these people, and we need to hold them accountable. So it's like holding people accountable, popping up on their ass, so we do actions. Literally, I'm gonna say a quick little gem. So Alameda County is where I do a lot of the work. I'm from Richmond, but I work in Alameda County. The sheriff who runs Santa Rita Jail and other jails, his budget, he's one of the top sheriffs, $1 million sheriff, right? And this sheriff sits on the lottery commission. He's on the lottery commission board. Yes, a sheriff.
Interesting.
And he's also the coroner of Alameda. It's a lot. It's deep. So just even that information to know, you know what I mean? Yeah. So a mother, I'll say her son was killed in Santa Rita jail, and she wanted information about her son, you know, and they was giving her no information. Mm-hmm. So we was like, you know what? We know where his other job is at. It's in the lottery commission. It's in Sacramento. Let's pop up on his ass. And that's literally what we do. We pop up on people in positions of power and let them know that the people is not feeling what they're doing. So that's basically all it is. I ain't gonna go too crazy into it, but That's basically what I do at
So
work.
you're trying to heal the community from the inside out.
Literally, and let people know that we literally we elect these people. You know what I mean? Like it's our voting power that gets them where they at, and they are accountable to us all day, every day. And it's like letting people in the community understand that information because we don't really know who the DA is. We don't know these people.
Exactly.
But they having big major effects on our lives daily.
Exactly.
So.
And that's something that I feel like we try to communicate here at the agenda because, this whole past election year, it was more just everybody thinking whoever's going to be the president, it's going to change the livelihoods. And I'm like, no, you need to focus more on the local and state level because the mayor controls the police, not the president. When it comes to the DAs, who's electing these DAs, all these, people like you said, who's controlling us? That's the governor. You know what I'm saying? So what are we doing to making sure we hold these people accountable? Because these people actually are in charge of our communities and stuff like that.
They are.
I mean, when it comes to a federal level, that's a whole different ballgame.
Right. But
right now, we need to take and hold these people on a local level accountable because I feel like they're getting away with murder right now. They sit here and just go crazy because who's paying attention to them?
Nobody. These city council meetings, these like when you think about the board of supervisors, they meetings, literally the board of supervisors are controlling millions of dollars. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Like billions of dollars actually, and they're determining where all this money is going. And they're like, hey, let's give it to this. We like, oh no. Put that money over here.
Exactly.
This is exactly how you're going to help the community. They have ideas around budgeting and funding, but they really don't know these communities that they're serving, technically.
Exactly.
They don't know.
And I feel that because I look at it like, okay, let's look at our city, Richmond. I see Point Richmond and the Hills getting a whole lot more done in that area than I do the Iron Triangle District or, the South, area, near the Manor or anything. And so I can't help but question. I'm like, okay, whoever's the city council person for that area, the Point Richmond and all that stuff, they doing their job. They doing a good ass job because they making sure that their area is getting taken care of. Now, what about these council people that's in these areas who
it's deep, yo.
What are they doing and what are we doing that's going to hold them accountable? Like, who's keeping tabs on these people? Who's making sure that whatever that they say, that a campaign promise that they're going to do is going to actually get done? That's
why the people got to be involved in this type of stuff. I had the pleasure of literally helping Dennis Johnson win his campaign for Richmond City Council. I was on the GOTV saying get out the vote, you know what I mean? And I literally we had billboards and we were pushing. It's a lot going on, and I haven't been in Richmond to get all the information on what's going down, but it's some shit that people is not happy about right now. Because when you think about Point Mulatto and how they trying to build that shit that's over there, people is not feeling that. And what I wanted to touch on when you said how the city council folks are, who's ever running Point Richmond, they're doing a good job. It makes me want to go back to the county in general, the board of supervisors and they're in Martinez. We don't go to Martinez.
No, exactly.
So if you think about the people who's running a budget of everything in Richmond, they're in Martinez, bruh.
Yeah. If you're from Richmond, you don't go to Martinez. You don't go to Martinez, you don't go to Hercules.
Who's going over there? Who is going with a crowd of mob? We're about to go to the county board supervisors and let them know we're not feeling this program they got going.
Yeah.
We're not going. We don't even barely go to the Richmond City Council meetings.
See, and that's the problem.
And that's where you want to hear that information when they start telling you oh yeah, we're going to build a mall here on Point Mulatto. You hold on, what y'all mean y'all building a mall?
Yeah.
What you mean? And it's crazy because Richmond, not only do the city council folks control what happens, there's commissioners in Richmond who control the economic development commissioners. They control what funding is coming to Richmond, what business they're engaging with.
Interesting.
It's a lot, y'all. This stuff is deep. So, I just started getting into this. I'm not an expert, okay? I'm still a little hood girl learning day by day. But my job ain't gonna put me on so much game around how cities and governments move and stuff. So.
Wow. That's very interesting.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
Yeah, let me ask you this.
Yeah.
So, say, he said state and local level, that's where the power is, right? That's what that's what controls the police, that's what controls how your neighborhood looks. That's how it controls how your schools are and how you're taxed and all that stuff. So you think like people can use like social media to like, get people to vote on a local level, like the way they do to like get people to vote like, on a national level? The same kind of power, like social media?
I do it. I mean, that's my job to actually do that, to try to get people to engage in what's happening right now. Like right now, we off work, but right now in Alameda County, people are trying to get people released from Santa Rita jail. That's like their cases are really low level. They only got like 6 months. Like get them up out of here. You know what I mean? Yeah. The cases are hella high, and still they're not releasing people. So right now, what's happening is that we're online, like hitting up people on social media, like, hey, call these people, which is like the board of supervisors. Yeah. This is their number. Call them, let them know, like, I'm a Alameda County resident. I'm not feeling this. Like, there are a lot of strategic campaigns that happen online. It's called digital organizing. Like, we have to, being in COVID, we got to be on the digital organizing team, like, period. Yeah. So it's happening. It's just that people don't engage mostly, and especially something that I learned in digital organizing is that when you come to somebody's platform, their Instagram, and it's like, they call it promotion, like flyer. People don't want to engage in flyers all the time. You got to do videos. You got to engage with people, like let them know, like, hey, yo, my cousin is up in here. I want to get him out of jail. Like testimonies and stories help people be interested in, participating. So it's tough.
Yeah. So do you see with what you do so far, do you see the same level of engagement by community or by, I would say, our people as, let's say, we seen with this past election? Is there the same type of engagement to get out and vote and motivation to get out and vote, knowing that this is more important, local and state is more important than the federal? Do you see that same type of uptake, especially now? Like it seems like everybody's interested in politics now.
Right, that part. It's sad to say I don't see people engaging in the local like they do with like the presidential elections. They're not. And I think it's crazy because sometimes in presidential elections, it just goes black and white. Exactly. Like literally, that's all it is, And I mean, I'm down for whatever, but I'm more so focused on local stuff because it's affecting people that I know directly. And when you think about getting people out of jail and that type of stuff, like you got to get involved with local stuff. And it's hard. I mean, I be pissed off all the time. Like, y'all, like, nah, y'all need the people who this DA about to come. They got a new sheriff popping up. Do you even know who like when we own everything, when we vote, this is literally how it goes. When I'm talking about like Richmond City Council or just voting for like a DA, you don't know these people's names. You just like, okay, any, mini, money.
I know, right?
You go, okay.
They got a name I can read.
I know that's it. Oh, Democrat. Okay, I'm cool with that. Yeah. If you don't know these people, what they stand for, you really voting for some stuff that this person gonna come in your city and take over. Yeah. You really have to get into information about that. Like, and I was a prime person who used to do that all the time because I didn't understand that stuff. I didn't understand like who these people were and like the sheriffs, like all the DAs. Like I didn't know that. We got a good DA on Contra Costa. Diane Beckton going crazy for real because how she, no, for real, she one of the most progressive DA I would say because she's not only acknowledging like how history and racial injustices affect our institutions now, she's speaking on it. Like she like literally, I was in a meeting with her and my executive director. They were in the meeting. I was just in the meeting. I'm not with them, But I was in that space, right? And she was just like, she shut it all. She's a black woman. She shut it down. She was like, we got to be real about racism. Yeah. We got to keep it real about what's happening right now. Like like the opportunities most people don't have. Like she was going into like history of like stuff like that. Like most DAs, like they're not talking like that. Yeah. So I'm gonna be working with her soon because she got some stuff going in the Contra Costa stuff.
Yeah, that's what's up.
For real, cool. She's tight. Like the DA literally like when you think about prosecution and stuff like that, like that's who
handles it.
Come on.
Yeah, like for real. Like so, when it comes to that, now, if it's okay, we know the DA handles this, and especially like okay, let me back up. Mm-hmm. This whole thing with racism. Okay. Now, there has been a whole big divide with, it's like everybody think racists are just over here on the right and non-racists over here on the left. And my thing is like, look, I'm from California. Now, California, it is more diverse than any other area. But don't let that fool you.
That part.
Because my whole thing is, when we as black people try to get out of the status quo, we're just the free loving hippie
That
smoke
part,
weed
right.
and we're just
Right.
friendly
And we
and
love
love
everyone.
everybody.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, perfect.
Right.
But once we try to start like actually standing up for ourselves and say no, or we try to venture off into other things like business, try to get into the area arena,
Them obstacles.
we start seeing that.
That part.
So my whole thing is, we experience racism out here in this city. And it's me, I look at it, I'm like, a lot of it is the same people that we so-called side ourselves with. When it comes to like a party, political party. So my thing is, okay, what are ways that we can really just show that and say, look, this is not a Republican, Democrat thing, racist. It's white people, black people. You know what I'm saying? Or Latino people or something. Everybody it's more of everybody seems to make sure that them and they people's taken care of.
Yeah.
But us.
Yeah.
And when it comes to us trying to do that, now you're the enemy. It seems like you're the one who's trying to be like, hold up, you going against the grain,
Right.
sister.
You know
what I'm
right,
saying?
that part.
You need to keep y'all down here. Y'all the welfare recipients. Y'all the third class citizens.
Right.
You need to stay in the welfare recipient third class citizen place.
Right,
Don't worry about what we doing up here in the big office. We
No,
got
for
y'all on lock. We know what's best for you than you. You know what I'm saying? So, what are ways that you feel with that you and your organization can do to really bring that out? Like, look, we need to stop just what we think this is and show it for what it really is. Like, no, we need to really look at this wholly differently within our community and move different. That's my whole thing. Let's move different than what we've been doing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, like, what are things that you feel that needs to get out there to the people to really get us to see this thing, this whole life differently?
Yeah, I won't necessarily speak on like the organization because that's like just where I work or whatever, right? I do stuff outside of it.
Okay.
But I will speak as a person from Richmond, born and raised. When I think about educating people about these systems to begin with, it's all about education. It starts there. Like we only know what we know.
Yes.
So once we start really creating more programs and systems for us to like educate on like, okay, the Democrat, Republican, like, okay, when you really go real deep, none of that shit even matter.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Like,
Exactly.
real talk.
Exactly.
Because those systems was created on racism. Like, don't even play right now. So it's like, when we go there, and we think about, like, how, when things were created, we had no part in it.
Exactly. Yeah.
So it's like, I'm not advocating about to kill myself
Exactly.
over a system that it was never had me thought to begin with.
Thank you. We was 3/5 of a man.
I'm not gonna do that. Now I am gonna do my part in all of those things. I'm gonna be educating myself on why, okay, this can leverage this piece of power and how we can use that to elevate ourselves. But I'm not gonna be like really going all in around it. And I think like it starts with that education piece. Like you literally gotta take care of your family first and foremost. And when we think about the Latinx community, Latinx is like the word people are using now to, because there's a lot of stuff going on in the world right now. So Latinx community, and we think about black folks and like why our other generations and ethnicities taking care of their people versus how we take care of our people.
Yes.
It's because of like the culture systems, how they pass down to their people. Like, yo, this is what we do.
Yes.
We have this system of money that we're going to share with each other, and I'm going to get you on. No, I'm gonna get myself on. Then I'm gonna get you on. We're gonna continue. You invest in the family, and we build it up just like how the white people do.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? And I think like it's a lot with black culture. I mean, I feel like we trying to make it. We finally got feeling our game.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, oh, I finally got a little money. I finally got some. So it's like it's from lacking of, which we barely had.
Yeah.
So it's in a place where like I'm happy for people to be where they are, but it's like, yo, like it's bigger than like these systems that's like in place of like controlling us.
Yeah.
And once we come together and really like who's ever in leadership of power right now that's you feel like, yo, I need to really invest in them and see what they about, we need to do that.
Yeah.
And I think we don't have people that's invested in our people more. Like I feel like people should be investing in me like more. Like people should be investing in you more, you know what I mean? Because we have like a vision of like where we want to go for like the overall picture. It's challenging. It really is. Like, so I'll just put that perspective out there.
Okay, that's cool. You got something? You got anything?
Like So, we're talking about education, right? Like our people, like, not fully knowing their history and knowing where they come from and knowing, like, what they can do and, like, high self-esteem, low self-esteem, like, it's just like, what do you think about, like, the miseducation of black people in the Bay Area and like how that has affected like our lack of self. Like when we look at other groups, we see them, group economics. But it's hard for us to do that because like it's like we don't know that we used to do that anyway. They got that from us anyway. Like, you know what I'm saying?
When you go back to that ancestral lineage, yeah.
Yeah. And then over in other countries, Caribbean, Africa, they're doing all that stuff. So it's not like black people don't do that.
Right, it was our culture. Like it literally it is us. You know what I mean? Like, God, like I get emotional. I think about shit like this because it's crazy. Like how much was taken from us and how much we're not remembering of who we are as a people.
Yeah.
And it's so saddening to me because I'm like, damn, like, but I ain't gonna lie though, it is a lot of people who's waking up. There's a lot of folks who are like creating, literally, breaking generational curses right now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? By this conversation we're having right now is literally breaking a generational curse.
Oh yeah.
Our parents weren't having conversations like this.
No.
You know what I mean? Like our parents.
Yeah.
The hell, and we're sitting here talking like this is beautiful.
Yeah,
So
like,
I think like it starts like we're literally picking up the pieces, and there's something I'm real spiritual too, right? So there's this thing with spirituality where it's like all information we can always tap into it. It's still within us. It's just how do you tap into that? You know what I mean? So we're tapping in right now.
Yeah.
And I think for us when we think about others, it's just like, yo, we can't each one teach one. Okay, you can't take everybody. You only can take a few.
That's true.
So it's like when we have that mindset, we're going to do what's best for our people in our community. You know, the immediate, with our interpersonal relationships with each other, and build that way.
Yeah.
And then everybody can go, just like when shit was going down on the boats. Everybody, you get your come on.
It's true, but it's funny because like I look at that too. Like when it comes to, what is more of, especially with this last presidential election, you know what I'm saying? I look at it like, I'm tired of the symbolisms. I'm tired. I don't need a goddamn street named after a black person, just so y'all can say, or I don't need Black Lives Matter painted on the street for y'all to show, oh, look, we're with you guys. No, cut that motherfucking check.
Yeah.
That's what y'all can do. Cut that check. What's up with these reparations?
That part.
And I
playing.
loved it how they tried so hard to just divert it. The whole, both Biden and Trump. It's like, nobody want to talk about
Nobody
that.
want to talk about that shit, bro. Like
that's what we need. We need, and that's one of the things that like I heard a lot of people say like this was the real reason why Martin Luther King was assassinated. They we're approaching Martin Luther King's birthday.
Right.
So, this is a real nigga holiday.
Blessings. Like we all on script. This going crazy.
But one of the reasons why, a lot of people say, no, it wasn't because of the I Have a Dream speech. It was a speech that he did after where he was talking about, okay, we need more economic advantages. We need something to where, we can really put ourselves on the same level playing field.
Let's get real.
As the white people.
That part.
Because, like we said, if you want to go back, while this country was being formed and all this stuff, why it was come to America, this is a land of opportunity and all this shit. You have people coming from Europe and all over coming here getting land for free.
You
want to come settle here? Look, you 20 acres and do what you want to do. You know what I'm saying? We wasn't getting it. We was still enslaved when that shit was happening. You know what I'm saying?
Crazy.
So when it comes to, you know what I'm saying, that it's like, we literally playing catch up right now.
It's so crazy.
And that's what gets me. I'm like, look, we need to stop these symbolisms. We need to stop all this stuff. We need to start taking this game seriously. Letting them know we're not playing. Right. Because and this is why I feel like nothing gets done, because kind of like how you said, ain't nobody's too much paying attention to over here. They too busy over here. But this is where you need to.
This is the piece. It's
this is the people that you need to start letting them know, look, we asked for something in exchange for our vote. If you're not going to do it, your ass up out of here.
And that's real shit.
And once
that's
they see
really
it,
how it goes.
yeah. Once we and I feel like we got to start doing that
That's
and start
exactly
maybe
what-
like the people
that's
that's here
exactly-
now.
That's exactly.
Let's hold them accountable, and if they don't do it, we get their ass up out of here. Then that's gonna make the next one say, "Oh shit,
I got that
they
part.
mean business."
And that's the
They
system.
for real.
That's the system.
Yeah, that's how all this stuff works. That's why areas like Piedmont and Oakland get more attention.
Because they don't
than
play.
East
They
Oakland.
gonna
Exactly.
come popping off.
Piedmont finna come. You gonna get you a little old white lady coming to that city council with
And yes,
curls.
she is.
Like,
Yes, she
excuse
is.
me, I would
Okay.
like to speak to the council.
That part.
Let him know
Yes,
Mrs. Garrison is
That
here.
part.
You know what I'm
Swear
saying?
to God,
Yeah.
literally, don't play.
Yeah,
This is
but-
our city. My tax dollars are paying you.
Exactly.
That's real shit.
And I was like, man, these cats would be up in that building, tearing it up, going crazy, doing crazy stuff more than us.
Man,
You know what I'm saying?
it's
So
crazy. They don't play that shit.
yeah, so that's what I'm saying. I'm like, that's the kind of stuff we need to have in our communities.
Yeah.
We need to establish a code of conduct amongst each other to where, look, we're gonna stop all this senseless BS, all this senseless killing over nothing. And if you are gonna be one person that's gonna engage in all that, you gotta go.
Yeah,
go,
'cause you-
go to Stockton.
See, like you are
Go to
exiled
Sacramento.
from the community. You're exiled.
You gotta go
for
because we're
real.
not gonna put up with that here any longer. You know what I'm saying? Because this is why. Like, if you want to talk about, the whole thing with why we're so heavily policed and all this stuff. You know what I'm saying? Well, we have to start taking stuff like that into like, we gotta, as a community, hold people like that accountable, get them up out of here. Because that's how the Asians do. In Chinatown,
Yeah, they're not. Oh, they're black.
a white black officer can't go into Chinatown. When somebody call the police in Chinatown, it needs to be they let it know an Asian officer need to come here.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, they know if anybody does something in Chinatown that they not supposed to do, and they find out it's you, you got 24 hours to get your ass out this community.
Oh my God.
Or you finna be in one of these alley dumpsters.
Ooh.
Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm just like, damn. Like,
they crazy.
But they serious. But
Yeah,
see,
they don't play that, yeah.
But they established that. And they abide by it. You know what I'm saying? They the people in Chinatown know.
Right.
Okay, this is what we need to do.
Right.
And it works. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like, hey, for them, it works.
Right.
So I'm like, we need to establish our code of conduct, and I feel like it's just missing because you got, and it's not too much our fault. It's just just how basically the white supremacy has done its job.
mean, yeah.
It has succeeded. You got everybody out
It
here for
has
themselves.
succeeded it.
The hell with the next black man. I'm trying to get it. I don't care about anybody else. You know what I'm saying?
We're literally selfish.
Yeah.
But I like what you said about like the symbolism of like when we're seeing like Black Lives Matter to correlate like I care, I'm there for you, right? That literally doesn't anything. And because when you think about literally the gap that oh my God, like the financial gap that we have
Yes.
with them is crazy, and for folks to not see like this is the piece. You want to solidarity, let's get us on the same playing field. Like that's literally
Exactly.
all it is. So when they say, oh, pull yourself by the bootstraps or all this type of stupid shit, like, so you didn't get no help how you started?
Exactly.
Like stop playing like white people piss me off sometimes when I think about the system because it's like they talk about hard work and all this stuff, but they never started with hard work. They started by getting.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So like, okay, let us get and then watch how we mob this shit out.
Exactly.
That's all.
Yeah.
That's all. We're not asking for anything else. Let us give the economic development that we need to build ourselves up. We don't really need the support from you like that.
Exactly.
We got this. We know how to run our communities and make ourselves feel safe.
Of course.
Like.
For real.
So
like
they
I know
should-
me and him, we guesstimate because it's like 48 million of us in this country. We say, okay, if we get reparations, me and him guesstimate, we say, okay, it'd probably be 10 million people that's probably gonna fuck it off. This kind of shit.
Right.
But you got 38 million.
Right. They gonna
that's
do something. They gonna do something. Right.
So it's like, you know what I'm saying? Like, because it's like you said, not everybody's gonna be on the same boat as us. Not everybody's gonna be on the same thought process as us. You know what I'm saying? But like you said, we got more people that is.
We do.
Slowly, but slowly,
Fast,
but
but
it's happening. We got more and more people saying, you know what? We got to get our shit together.
Right.
We need to stop playing. We need to stop over here just,
And we're making
trying to be
things
good
up
and
out of
good.
nothing. How we do that as a people is beyond me.
Exactly.
What? Out of nothing?
We brought in what, $1.3 trillion?
Yeah.
For what?
Just 48 million people brought in $1.3 trillion to this economy, to this country's economy. Like we did better than the entire country.
Y'all
of
know
Mexico.
we the top. Y'all know we the top consumers though. We the top
Yeah.
consumers. That was already gonna happen. See, Martin Luther King was talking about that too.
Yeah. But see, that's the thing. We need to circulate that. Like, yeah, we can still be consumers, but let's do that between us.
Yeah,
Let's stop giving these Europeans, these Gucci motherfuckers, these Louis motherfuckers, all our money. Like me, if I ain't got triple that cost, I'm not finna buy it.
Yeah,
you know what I'm
no,
saying?
for real.
I'm gonna make sure I'm gonna go buy something. You know, like, yeah, of course, if I want to treat
Yeah,
myself
for
here and there,
sure.
okay, but I'm not finna, ooh, hey, it's payday. Nigga, right to the Gucci store.
But you know, that shit deep too, because when you think about like literally feeling important, for a black person to feel like they matter is really real. Like motherfuckers, like, hey, I got this on, I'm somebody.
Exactly.
I feel like I'm somebody.
Yeah.
And but you really, that don't mean nothing. So it's like it was somebody was talking about like we transformed from like had like this about chains and stuff like that, like wearing chains. You know how we wore chains, and like now we're wearing chains to symbolize like that but we're still captured in a way.
Exactly.
We're captured by like the chains. We're captured by the clothing, like the Gucci, all that shit. We're trapped in that shit. You know what I mean? And it's hella sad. I be hella sad, y'all. I be so emotional because this world, black people is crazy.
Yeah.
Man.
That's wild. Yeah, anything you want to say?
I mean, like, so you know, like, Kanye West is a billionaire, right? Mm-hmm. And he got the Yeezy brand, right? That's like competing with Gucci and Louis and Fendi. And now it's a household name, right?
Yeah.
But it's like, it took like some kind of, you know, different mindset for him to be like, I'm not going to just buy this shit. I'm gonna compete with them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, as long as we keep waking up to that kind of mindset, I'm going to compete with you.
Hey, that part for real,
You know
like people was mad at Kanye, but he was on some shit for real.
Yeah,
He went crazy. Like that
him.
was raw as hell. Like, bruh, like literally, okay, the little Kardashians, all the little family, whatever, but he used that shit to his advantage. Yes, he did. So
like
at the
how
end
they
of the day,
do us. They did us.
Yeah.
You culture vultures. He
You
like,
know-
shit, I'm a reverse.
Now let me show y'all. Okay, I'm gonna have all these bitches wearing my shit.
Exactly.
Like, what's up? Yeah, look at her. Yeah, that's my wife. Whatever. You know what I mean? Like,
Exactly.
it's literally like his branding went there. He did that. And they was trying to like stop him too.
Yeah, no.
Oh,
Because he was telling people not to wear Louis. He was like, don't wear Louis, don't do this. Only like, he was on. Hey, that was smart.
I mean, he probably was like, they probably thought he was going crazy because it's like he's trying to shift his
I
mindset.
can see it. I can see it.
You know?
Yeah. I mean, hell yeah.
The
I'm all
most
for it.
genius people are freaking crazy.
Yeah,
Like,
on
literally.
the brink.
Like,
Yeah,
you crazy. Like, and he was saying he was crazy. He was telling you, like, okay, I'm off my meds, whatever, you know,
Yeah.
but still, genius thing. Like, it don't matter how crazy a person is. This is something I learned. Like, it don't matter how horrible a person is, how crazy a person is. You can still learn something from that person.
Yeah.
Like, it was something that Erykah Badu was talking about around, like, Hitler or whatever, right? And she was just saying how, like, Hitler was a good painter. She just bust out. Was everybody like, what the? How dare you?
He was an artist.
How dare you talk about Hitler? What is wrong with you?
Yeah.
He was a good painter.
Yeah.
He was.
That's what it was.
Yeah.
So it's like you can still see some beauty and some ugly, like, you know what I mean? And everybody can teach you something. You just get the gems. You want to. I think nowadays with all this cancel culture or whatever, like people hear one thing and they just interpret it to be the whole thing.
Exactly.
Like you don't even have to zone into everything that person say. Just get the little piece. If it works for you, if it don't, keep it moving. Like
Exactly.
they just be so zoned in. Like it's sadness.
Yeah.
This world.
Yeah, that's wild. So, with another thing that you're involved in, you say you do like healing the hood, healing circles, and everything. So, kind of tell the people a little bit about that and what's that about.
Yes, so y'all, so being that I first saw my first, I've been losing a lot of people in my family and community to gun violence or whatever, right? My first friend that I went to a funeral, we was in 8th grade, Lamar, R.I.P. Lamar, and after like experiencing that, I noticed that like, yo, my friends just kept dropping one by one. And I was seeing how we didn't have space for that. Like the last straw was for me, was when my cousin Fontino got killed. And I was right there, you know, and just seeing what we saw, everybody was there. How are we holding each other right now? Like, how do we deal with this trauma that we're experiencing from watching him, you know, right where he was at? So I started, like, thinking about how I can create that. This was, like a few years ago, like 4 years ago. I was noticing at the time, so that happened, but then it was a lot of women around me, like my cousins, Like my sisters, they were all having babies and stuff, right? So a lot of them was dealing with like postpartum depression.
Yeah.
So I'm like, yo, what if I create a space where these mothers can talk to each other about what they're experiencing and just hold them? I don't have a child. I don't know what it feels like, but they do. So I started doing that in a manor. I had it inside the manor, and they was with each other. My godmama was there. Jody was there. She came. My mama was there. And even Angelo, I forget her name. So Jasmine was in that thing. Like, so she was there. And literally these mothers were talking with each other. They were building, and it sparked like, yo, this is what we need to continue to do.
Yes.
So I continue to do more healing spaces like that. I started partnering up with my cousin Aisha, and we have an organization called Be Imaginative, where we literally get mothers who lost their sons to gun violence. We invite them to a retreat. And then we, after the retreat, we host like a space for community to come and see what they experience at the retreat. Not all of what they experience, but like some of what they experience. We invite the community to see like artwork that we created, because it's like a multi-dimensional storytelling piece. So it's like from the panel discussions to the art to the music, which Soul Development is a group that we work with to kind of bring the frequency of music and healing together. So while we in a retreat, like they're drumming and they're singing and they're giving these mothers this time to like cope and be with other mothers. So we did it in Sacramento, we did it in Richmond, we did it in Oakland. We're like traveling with it right now.
Nice.
And again, it's to really disrupt hopelessness in our community and just create the space. So that's all it is. Like, I feel like a lot of the time when you think about mental health and you think about trauma, like we're literally drowning in it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's just me creating a little nugget to hold space for that. And the topics can go like to anything. Like I never got to do this one. This was my one I wanted to do around lean. You know what I mean? Like one of my friends from Central, RPD, he passed away. You know what I mean? And he was really heavy on the lean. And I wanted to hold a space for just having a conversation around that. It's still tough to even get men in that space because men don't really want to be in these healing spaces right now. But I have had some come and talk to me. So I'm working on like figuring out how we can create that space to literally have a real conversation around lean and like the destruction that it's doing to the community. So it's just, I do stuff like that. I'm trying to literally, I mentioned changing hood culture. You know what I mean? We have the stigma of what the hood is, but the hood has so many gems. The hood is very beautiful, and everything comes from the hood. Yeah. Anything that's popping in the world popular, the hood. You know what I mean? So, and when you understand that, like you have appreciation, but they don't. They was talking like when the stuff was happening with Trump or whatever, all the stuff that was happening, they like, America heck a ghetto. I'm like, America is not ghetto because the ghetto is very creative. The ghetto is hella fun. The ghetto go crazy. Like, don't put this on the ghetto.
Exactly.
No, don't put. The ghetto is genius.
Put that on them uppity, privileged motherfuckers.
Don't put that on them. Don't put that on the ghetto.
Exactly.
Ghetto is raw. Like so just the stigma around what the ghetto and the hood is. So I really want to change that, but like offer gems into healing to do it.
Okay,
so,
that's
what I do.
I mean, and I like it because I feel like that is something that is missing, and not just our area, but nationwide in all the major black populated areas. And it's goes back to once again, we need to embrace one another as a community, and we need to mourn. You know what I'm saying, for that loss. If a mother lost her child due to gun violence, and most likely 99.999% of the time, senseless ass gun violence. I would understand, any other thing, but this is senseless gun. This is something that's like, what? I looked at you funny and I gotta die. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And it's and it's just it's pent up anger. It's most likely it's like, you got a lot of people just mad. A lot of black people just mad and upset and don't know where to release and don't know where to take it out. So it's just. And
then you born into it though. That's another thing. It's like you're born, wherever you from, where you born at, that's your community. So you ride for it regardless of whatever the issue is. Like shit doesn't happen in like the 70s, ain't got shit to do with us. Yeah. But like people riding on to stuff like that still to this day. So it's like, especially in Richmond.
Yeah, I know.
Especially in Richmond. It's like, man, my pops.
Yeah, my great grandpa, that nigga killed my great.
Yeah,
You know, it's
like, like what?
nigga, what?
Like,
Yeah.
so it's like you literally not mad. You just holding on to like, what's the concept of like this is our normality. Like this is what we supposed to do.
Yeah.
This is normal.
Yeah.
You come from the hood, you bang from the hood. Like you know what I mean?
And that's something that we gotta break. Like I said, once again, that's just pent up anger. And like I said, we're from it, we're born in it. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, you know, as a kid, when, you know, you're going through your development phase, you know what I'm saying, and you kind of just taking in the world, taking in what's around you, and that's all you see. It's like, see, that's what creates a lot of self-hate.
Heck
You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? For it, 'cause it's like, I mean, hell, how the hell y'all talk about, you know, white people and the white man doing this to us when all I see is my people getting killed by another person that looks just like me.
That part.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you know, I feel like it's something that we like we need to take from that and acknowledge that, look, this is something that is, you know, once again, yeah, if you want to root it back, it is, you know, due to white supremacy.
Right.
But we need to focus on and acknowledge what's going on now.
Heck
That's
yeah.
amongst us, it's just this hatred we have towards one another.
It's
And
real.
It's something that, yeah, I mean, I feel like men should get more involved in these healing circles. And it should be maybe people that's maybe from different parts. You know, I don't like that nigga. That hit people over there killed my partner, so we fuck, you know what I'm saying? No, look, I mean, we need to have a better way.
But you know, ONS was doing that. Office of Neighborhood Safety here in Richmond. They was getting people. They was paying the young people. It was controversy around it because they was paying the young people from different sets to come meet each other, but they was taking them out of the country. You know what I mean? They went to Africa. They was going to different places here in Richmond. ONS, y'all look it up. And my OG RP Drac, you feel me? He was involved in it too. He was kind of really playing that part to like really help the young people get involved and stuff. Yeah. But I wanted to say a thought. Dang, I got hella sidetracked, but that just made me think about that. Like when I think about gun violence, right, and I think about police brutality. People don't ride for gun violence like they ride for police brutality. Yeah. So when you said like it's our own, this happening to us, like when somebody in the street get killed, people ain't riding down the hood. I'm riding down the block like protesting and like really making it an issue. You know what I mean? We're dealing with this daily, and I think once we come to terms and understanding, like create space for the hood too. It's like these, like, okay, why is it only when it's racism, fighting black, then we protest, but when it's happening to our people, we're not saying nothing. Exactly. How do we hold ourselves accountable for what we're experiencing in our communities? Like that's the part. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like
and I understand, and that goes to that. You know, we need to establish that code of conduct. We need to really just start like, no, if you've done this, and you know, and this is what we did, and we know you did it. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got to worry about the police coming to get your ass.
Right.
The community coming to get your ass. You know what I'm saying?
The community, and that is a system that needs to be in place. Like when you think about how to protect and really create systems that take care of each other, right? Yeah. This is how we take care of our community. Yeah. But I do want to say one more last thought around like, when you're born in a situation like you're born, you're a product of your environment, right? I do stress that like programs really do help. Like, okay, I was born and raised in a manner my whole life. You know what I mean? Everything that everybody experienced, I experienced the same thing. But the only thing different is that I went to a program in Oakland that was showing me things that I never seen. They was taking. I was like teenager going to like get on a plane going to LA, Chicago, DC, doing things that I've never, Richmond girl wouldn't have done. And I went to Africa, like eventually, you know what I mean? So it's like, it's important for us to get outside of our comfort zone and to get into programs that's going to mentor and develop us because we're lacking so much in our communities. You know what I mean? So that's why we be mad at the council. People like, fund these programs. They cut restorative justice. They cut all these programs to help kids. Wow. Yeah, they be cutting like that's another thing.
And where is that money going to?
It's going to police.
Goddamn bike lane. What y'all building the bike lane? What y'all gotta expand a walkway on the Richmond Bridge or some shit?
Right. Like, well, some funding is going to the Greenway or things like that. But I'm just saying, like more funding. When you see it, you like, okay, wait, why this program that really helps people? Y'all cut in like music production for young youth. Exactly. Why would y'all cut that? That's keeping this dude from going to the streets. He had hella fun making beats. Yeah. That's what you need to invest in. Yeah. So it's like I be getting mad about this too because they're not listening as to what we're saying will help keep these young folks from doing crime. Yeah. So it could get deep, y'all.
Yeah. You got anything you want to say, man, or you want to close this out?
The last thing she just says like we need exposure. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? We need to see like different realities, different experiences. You know. Yeah. Traveling around, like
it's so important.
More than just our neighborhood, you know.
You like, oh, I ain't from the hood. This is the ooh.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I know, right? I thought it was bad out here.
like,
real.
no, it's that.
Yeah.
For real.
All right. Well, I appreciate you, Miss
Thank
Nifa,
you.
for coming through.
Thank you.
We're going to go ahead and wrap it up. I appreciate everybody tuning in to the agenda, our very great 10th episode. And Miss Nifa, just tell everybody about how they can get involved with your healing circles, Instagrams. How can they get in contact with you to get involved?
Yeah. So you can hit me up on Instagram at XO_Nifa, okay? And when you put the little XO_Nifa, you're gonna see my face. So I ain't gonna say nothing else, but Akosua is the last name. AKOSUA. I know that's kind of hard for some folks. But yeah, hit me up. Nifa Kosua on Instagram, Facebook, all that. So I'm having an event. I don't know if this is gonna air. So I'm having an event this Monday, January 18th for MLK Day, a healing space, literally to bring. I'm doing it for Richmond, but everybody's involved. I mean, can come. Literally is to hold a space for people to really center themselves. A lot of what MLK stand for was like leadership. And the song from Soul Development that I'm going to be playing, they're talking literally how to build that light within yourself. Nice. So I want to play this song to invoke that and to help you through the lyrics to see how you can bring the light. We have a candlelighting ceremony happen at the end, but yeah, slide through.
All right, perfect. That's all we got for today, you guys. Everybody have a happy new year.
Hey, all that. Period.
All right. Yeah.
We take it.
Hey family, it's your girl, Revolutionary Rika. Please tune in the last day of every month for Revolutionary Rika Speaks at 6 p.m. If you miss it on my page on YouTube, Revolutionary Rika Speaks, check it out on the Dark Network, 247.com. I can't wait to see you. Come get this game.
All right. What's going on, everybody? My name is Vernon Lane.
Yeah, it is Ade Adewale.
And y'all tuning in to The Agenda, your #1 new and upcoming source for Black information and Black excellence.
Yeah.
I mean, we got a new episode that just posted. Make sure y'all click the link in the description. Check out our new episode and all our latest information hosted exclusively by the Dark Network. Yay!